upside dash down dash options dash summit dash LP dash INT. Make it easy for you. But if you want to get in on this world premiere, there you go. Or click the link in the
Yeah,
chat
get
right there.
yourself a seat. It's
That's right.
one of the most interesting case studies I think you'll ever see. But the whole thing is, we got something that's working now, and that's really what I'm excited about. It was a bumpy ride, but we kind of got it figured out with the help of some really bright guys that work with us here. You know them, the young dudes, I call them. And
That's right.
yeah, it's been amazing.
I know a couple of them. They're pretty sharp. I'll tell you what.
You know what? They're very sharp. They're the couple of them. They're actually scare me with how smart they are. Uh, the guy that's pulling these data feeds and helping us build these tools, that guy is unbelievable. Just,
Mm-hmm.
Graham's helped me with this tremendously. Halfstein, Flo, all these dudes just couldn't have
Oh
done it
yeah.
without them. Wouldn't have done it. Wouldn't be even able to do it without them. So yeah, great team effort, and just proud to work with these young cats that are super sharp dudes.
Well, it's an honor to work with guys who know what they're doing.
Yeah, it really
Like
is.
you two,
But yeah,
masters.
these programming side, this tech stuff, man, it just
It's a different
they actually
world.
got Jack in a box, right, at one time, and now they got my credit spread head in a box, and I didn't think they'd be able to do that, but just building out new tools and having a goal to do something financially, accomplish a specific goal, and then having the tools to do that is a lot of fun.
It really is. It really, really is.
All right. So without further ado, all trading involves a substantial risk of loss. If you do this thing we do called trading, you might lose your money. It's kind of the cold hard truth. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. Just because your system's got 14 to 0 doesn't mean it's going to be that way forever.
Amen, brother.
This presentation is intended to be informational, educational, fun, entertaining, not a recommendation to be buying or selling anything, including new products, but also stocks, options, bonds, forex, futures, cryptos, treasuries. Jack and I, just a couple guys that come on here, talk about how to make winning trades, and you can copy us if you want, but I recommend you learn how to do it yourself. Jack, look at this. I hit a major milestone. Year to date,
Wow.
$40,000.
I love it.
Nice.
I love it. I love it. Now, for everybody tuning in, Jeffrey has a challenge against himself to get it up to 50,000 a month, and his track record has just been amazing. Average gain, 125 clams, 64% winning trades. You can see it all there. This is
That's last month.
verified trading performance by third party. And his goal, he's on track to hit his goal of 50,000 a month using basic option strategies, cash secured puts, covered calls mostly.
Yeah, there's the
Look at
month
that.
right there. Here's the 3 months. It was a little slow right back here. And here's the year to date. You can see I didn't even start till April.
Yeah, that's the exciting thing. Are you compounding or no?
I'm using everything I got, baby.
Good, good. Yeah, you're gonna once you hit that 50, it's really gonna take off, right? Once you
Yeah,
get the
I mean,
total profit to 50, it'll roll hard.
yeah, right now my monthly profit is sitting just below 7. It keeps jumping above 7 and then right below 7. So I hopefully I don't have to tell anybody here that 7K a month is not 50K a month. And a lot of people are like, why 50? Why not 50? Right? I mean, I set a goal. I'm gonna build it. I'm gonna do it. But I got a ways to go still. This is still not. We still got 7 times plus a little change. Got to grow
You
seven
know,
times more bigger.
that's a
So
good goal, 50. A couple reasons. One, it's you're gonna achieve it. It's achievable. It's not so far out there that it'd be impossible. And the other thing is that's a good amount of money on a monthly basis. Life is pretty sweet at 50. And you'll really enjoy it once you get it consistently there. You got a lot of money to give away, help people with, be a mystery donor, buying junk, it's good.
yeah,
No injuries to baby seals, though.
It's all like
Well,
club and baby seals. Come on, man.
I like your goal. I like your goal. I like your plan. You're gonna do it, my man.
That's just going to take
Hey,
time. That's the whole thing. And I'm documenting in the public here. If you want to follow along, kinfo.com/p/Jeffrey right there. I can throw that link in the chat. I do believe if I click it and copy it, I can throw it in the chat if you want to follow along. I think to be able to see my trades, you have to make an account. You don't necessarily have to pay. But if you want to see these trades as they close, you have to make an account. So
Heck, he does a lot of them on here live, so
yeah,
you know
yeah, he does.
you don't need to
TSLL right
join.
there,
Just
right here.
watch him do it here.
TSLL. Yeah, this baby right here. I closed it out yesterday. Booked 95% gain, $114 on my six. This was 6 calls sold against my 600 shares. So I got the money off the calls, and I'm gonna get that special dividend
Nice.
unencumbered. So
Yeah, I haven't. I sold the 18 strike price puts, cash secured, 10 of those, and I haven't bought them back yet. I'm just gonna see what happens. They expire tomorrow. Where
any
where is where is TSLL?
so check it out. TSLL. Oh, Trading View wants to do what? I'm gonna block it. We are
Oh,
sitting at 19.
ooh, I might get them.
You might.
I'd take them. I love to get them. This is this that what you got there, man. That is not volatile at all. I don't know how this thing still has a beta that it does.
Well, it's because it moves like upwards of 8% a day,
Yeah,
while the S&P 500 moves like a quarter percentage point a day. So
just
I
doesn't
think
look like it to me. It looks like a TSLL going sideways.
you
It's
know
still
te
paying.
these candles on Tesla, even though they don't look very big, are like 4% move per day
Mm.
from
This
top
is
to bottom.
Trading View is the platform he's looking at here.
Yeah, this is free for all right here. TradingView. Um,
TradingView.com.
Yeah, you can join. They'll probably have a Christmas New Year's sale, would be my guess. So if you're gonna buy something, I'd be on the essential plan until they had a sale come up and then upgrade. I'm sitting on the premium plan right now. I bought it for many years out, stacked it when it had a sale. So there's my current plan
I
right
got the
there.
same. I got the same thing. I love it. They just added something I like is a portfolio that you can look at now, and as a new product, which is pretty cool.
So TSLL
Good to
did
have them.
have a special dividend yesterday. And if you're trying to play options on it, we're gonna have to wait until that dividend actually pays next week before you can play. All the current options are encumbered by that dividend. It makes them non-standard. So we have to kind of sit on the bench. And that's why I was closing out my calls. I didn't want to be encumbered by any kind of pop and have to be responsible for paying somebody else the dividend. So if you're in puts, it may or may not matter. I have several puts at 19 and 20 that I'm probably going to take since I can't seem to roll them. They won't let you roll them. They won't let you do anything. So looks like I'm going to take some shares over the
Yeah,
weekend.
that's okay. It'll work out great for you down the road. You got to just kind of let them do it. Whatever's going to happen here with this dividend. But it's a big one. In addition to the yield, this is a pretty. You're going to get paid nice, three
Yeah, that was,
grand, right?
I mean, that was, yeah, across all my shares, that's almost 3 grand that I'll probably take in right there, which is a nice payday.
Sure is.
So that's almost like selling options for a week. So even
Yeah,
though I'm on the bench for a week, I'm still getting basically paid.
yeah, yeah. I wonder, is that not that it matters, but is it a qualified dividend?
It said it was a short-term gain
Oh,
on the on the
ouch. A
on the
much higher
notice.
tax rate for me.
Yeah, I'm guessing they're paying out from, like you were talking about yesterday, paying out from capital gains that they've gotten through buying and selling options along the way.
Hmm.
They're basically saying we did a little better than 2x, and we're going to pay out the
Yeah,
extra money.
yeah. Well, that's good. At least they're doing it right. They're not paying you out from the net asset value itself, like some of these other clown shows.
uh, Blake, to answer your question, we're supposed to do the same thing we did yesterday.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to check. I didn't see anything, so I was like, I'm gonna reach out and ask.
What are
Yeah,
we supposed to do?
Carolyn was supposed to tell you that, but whatever. Anyway,
It's all good.
don't worry about it, Jack. It's for the end of the show.
All right. I don't know what's going on 99% of the time anyway. So if I don't know what's going on now, it's no surprise. Kathy
I,
asks about the day trading rule. I think that goes away when? January?
they gotta they haven't done the proposed rulemaking yet. I don't think it has to sit in a proposed rulemaking. Let's see. See if I can ask an AI if it knows anything about it. One of these windows will get me there. I got too many windows open. Let's see. Grok usually is pretty good at it.
Yeah, Heather, I think you could trade TSLL, but it's the options that are going to give you a little hang up.
When does the 25K PDT? Let's see if Grok can tell us. I like using Grok because it can search X and get current information, not just rolling off the whatever data it used to have. Perplexity is pretty good at asking current questions too, but Grok seems to keep itself pretty much updated. So I guess we'll give it a minute to do its thing.
I never tried it.
It's kind of plugged into what used to be called Twitter X. I hang out there probably more than I should. So
Yeah, that day trading rule's got to go away though for a couple of reasons. One, it doesn't exist in the crypto world, and that's the number one reason the SEC is going to remove it.
well, they
The
got a
other
ton of
thing
people
is,
moving over here where there's no pattern day trade rule either. I mean,
yeah, and you got stocks trading 24 hours a day now. So why would you have a pattern day trader rule? That's ridiculous. If anything, they got to shorten the settlement date down to T+1. It used to be T+7. Now it's T+3, but
now it's T+1 right now.
it
It
is?
is, yeah.
Oh,
It went there last year or a year before last,
oh, there you go.
about a little over a year ago. It went to T+1,
All right. Well, they're at where they ought to be at then.
and so that means you trade something today, you can't use that money tomorrow, but the next day it's all freed up. So, and that's what it means. Trade day +1, and then you're good to go again. So if you have a cash account, you can actually day trade in a cash account because you just divide the amount of money you have in half. Today you use half, tomorrow you use the other half, and then you get the first half free again on your third day. And you just keep going at that. Now, if you're not good at day trading and you lose your money, then you're kind of shit's creek. But that's a whole different story. Let's see. It says as of today, the rule remains in effect. They have approved the removal, and it's expected to go into effect sometime Q1 2026 after the SEC finishes all the approvals, which means it has to go through proposed rulemaking and a 30-day comment period. And let's see, the proposal was submitted to the SEC for review and public comment. So it's already gone through the public comment, or it is in public comment. Hasn't been issued as a proposed rule to go in effect. So
All
that's
right.
what we're waiting on. It's government. That's an actual government rule thing, so it has to go through the government rule process. It's not just like a policy. So,
Mhm.
there you have it.
Chris wants to take a look at VRT. I'm long the stock, and I sold the 177.50 puts, and I sold the 172.50 puts. So it's going to be Christmas time here early for me tomorrow.
It might come down to the 130 area. It might.
Yep, I'm
Just
good.
throwing it out there. That's a technical pattern right there that I follow.
I'm good with it. Either
This
way, I'm willing to take the risk. Don't know why it's down so much today. Haven't seen any news, but
It's because Oracle sucks. Didn't you hear? I mean, golly.
man, that is a whole can of worms right there. Look at that thing fill in that gap. We were talking about that gap up. I said this company is too big. I can't believe the capital that went into pushing that stock price up from 227 to 340.
45.
Yeah, that's just crazy. And as we're always talking about gaps are going to be filled in somewhere in the future. Boy, this one filled in pretty quick. What's
They were
crazy though, they announce all these numbers and revenue. 300 billion coming from Chat GPT, OpenAI. And what's crazy is they don't have the 300 billion to pay Oracle.
Yeah, and they're probably gonna
Right.
run in the hole. I saw today they got somebody to give them $1 billion. Disney, I think it was. They gave got Disney to give them $1 billion. But
Yeah, I don't know. You got a $300 billion order from OpenAI, but they don't have the money to pay you. What do? You put it on the books as debt and you let them make little payments or what?
yeah, you got me, man. Um, yeah, I heard one of the craziest things yesterday. I talked about one of the craziest things on my morning show. There's actually companies that can, if they do a big order, they get a big order and they haven't, as long as they send the invoice for the big order out, they can take that invoice almost to like a check into cash type place and there's these companies that are sitting out here that will pay the company most of the invoice value today. They can take in that cash today for this invoice that hadn't even had the products delivered yet or anything like that. And they get like, I don't know, 90% or 99% of the money, similar to like your cash, checking a cash place, take a little fee off the top, give you most of the money. And then I just thought that was crazy that there's actually this kind of business out there for companies. This is the kind of shenanigans that are going on out there.
Yeah, that's been going on forever. Factoring, right? You're
And
buying receivables. But the thing is, this it's just crazy, man. I wish I could spend $300 billion on something that I don't have, right? I don't have three. He's spending money he doesn't have. That's the craziest thing. And you look at these valuations, they just keep going up, up, up for the IPO. And everybody seems to be cool with it. He says we're not going to turn a profit until 2028, but I'm going to spend 300 billion today.
yeah, and so they took a spill 13% today.
Another
after pop
gap, right?
after popping 40% last earnings, this earnings negative 13%. plus 40 plus 40 when you miss earnings, minus 13 when you hit earnings. How
Ouch.
crazy this is. Crazy market. That's why the earnings don't matter, everybody.
Yeah.
Earnings don't matter.
Just just guidance. That's all that matters anymore.
So
No, I
anyway,
didn't wear brass knuckles when I was collecting hard money loans. But
just kept them in your pocket.
I got a lot of good stories about that stuff. I'll tell you later.
Anyway, G Veranova did hit the target up here. Be very careful. The most typical thing would be a retrace back down to
Didn't that?
here.
Yeah. Wow. Look at that. What did it gap up yesterday?
Yeah, that was a crazy. I mean, for something this expensive per share, it was 11%. And but the thing is, this thing's only $187 billion. So it's not actually that crazy, even though it's a high price, high flyer. When you look at the actual numbers here, it only takes $270 million to move this thing a dollar. Only 270 million, but that's chump change compared to something like Nvidia.
Which is
So,
getting Nvidia and AVGO are taking it on the chin.
well, They're the suppliers of Oracle's disaster.
They're the drug dealers, right?
Yep.
Oh, that's funny.
And this is coming back. Nvidia may retest the breakout. Like we hit these high prices back here last year, this time back at, when we're coming into this, 2025, just as we are coming in, we hit these high prices and we retraced into Liberation Day. And we didn't even slow down. We just broke on out, went ripping up here. Now we're coming back to maybe retest it.
150?
Yep. At 150, 153 high area right there. Probably going to come back and retest it. That's my kind of like base case, what I expect to happen. I mean, it kind of has a head and shoulders kind of form in there too, if you believe in that kind of stuff. Sometimes they work out, sometimes they don't. Now, the thing is, if everybody and their mother starts talking about this head and shoulders showing up on NVIDIA right here, if everybody starts talking about it, it's going to fail and probably go ripping off. So,
Those things I can only see them in the rear view mirror. I never see these cups and handles and this stuff. I can't see it.
yeah, I'm not good at the cup and handle, but the head and shoulders I can see a lot because that is actually a pattern. It's a pattern that I follow because this is a potential topping pattern with continuation, but it can also end right here and be continuation. Like this can be the trend, this all can be the pullback, and this can be the continuation. So that's when they work, it's a reversal. When they reject, it's actually just a pullback and continuation. So
I got that position I added in GLW.
Corning,
Yeah, I'm still in Corning. I picked it up at 90 and change.
that's a heck of a move there, Jack.
I know, just a couple days.
Let's see.
And
Yeah, it only did a 2-month consolidation, so I would be a little cautious. This one back here did the 3-month consolidation, then broke out to new all-time high or new 52-week high. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 months. 5. Yeah, we could keep this party going a little bit off of this last
I'm
one.
partying with this one. What else did I do? I got back into
I just want to,
WD.
if you don't mind, I stop right here and talk about this pattern. When a
Yeah.
stock consolidates for 3 to 6 months, and I'm on the monthly chart right now. So we do a consolidation of 3 to 6 months. Then we break out with a new 52-week high, which means a new high for the last 12 candles, right? Typically, this has been back tested or this has been forward tested for 30 years. The research I read on this. Typically, when a stock does this, it will outperform the S&P 500 for 6 to 12 months. And that outperformance will be 30% on average.
Hmm.
So this right here was 1 month, 2 month, 3 month, 4 month. You got 5, 6. So you could have another 6 months of run here and outperform the S&P.
Do you have any
And
kind of alert set up that shows you when a stock has been in that?
I don't actually. I've had a hard time getting it coded up. Um, Maybe I should put more effort on this. But here's another one that did this, and we actually talked about this one back in July. And if anybody got on it, I mean that talk about a rocket ship here. So
Hmm.
one of the ways you can do this is go look up 52-week highs, and Jack has a scanner that he has in his repertoire, but you can just go pull it up like a market chameleon and look at the 52-week highs and then sort by higher volume stuff, bigger companies, and find the more interesting ones. Because there's stuff making 52-week highs every single day.
Mm-hmm.
Every single day. I have not yet seen a day where no stock makes a 52-week high. So anyway, I just thought I'd throw that out there. Now
Yeah,
we can get
that's
back to
good. You got to remind me of that pattern. I love statistics. And whenever you see it, yeah, this light though, this has been too much for me. I've never been able to get my a handle on this thing.
yeah, that thing just ripped and kept ripping. It just keeps ripping.
And
It's going to
now
come
I'm
back
not.
eventually here. It's going
I'm
to come
not
back.
buying it now.
Yeah, it's lofty, as you say. But look at this. It's only every dollar only moves 70. It only takes $70 million to move this thing a dollar, even though the market cap's $25 billion, $26 billion. We look at the price to earnings is crazy, but the price to sales is not. And they are running high on debt here. So
Don't like the chart at all, but I wanted to trade this one so much, but now it just got away. I
yeah.
wouldn't, I
So
would, I'd might maybe short it, but I'm not gonna.
the reason that Jack and I get nervous about a chart like that is because of this right here. I mean, I've seen this play out so many times. It plays out in small time frames, big time frames, lots of
And right,
stuff.
right now, this is at euphoria.
Yeah, when you see these right here where people are telling you to buy, like when your mailman's giving you advice or your Uber driver is telling you to buy some Nvidia or something like that, when everybody's talking about how we're all going to be rich if everybody just buys a little more, then we get this first pullback. People start talking about, oh, it just needs to cool off a little bit. The most recent classic example I saw of this was SMCI that made absolutely no sense on this big time frame scale.
Yeah,
And then it starts dipping a little more. You get anxiety, denial, panic, people angry, depressed on how the government can let this happen and all that sort of stuff. And these things happen all the time. It's not just bubble stocks. Like it's not just AI type stuff. Um,
that's it right there.
like this. Look at this one.
Light's going to be a bad deal for people.
But look at this one. Moderna. There it is. See it? Everybody see it?
Oh man, I know guys that were putting this thing away in their IRAs. 300. Ouch.
Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. I mean, and you know what else did that? Pfizer did it a little smaller, but right there it is. Yeah, chop right back down. People get hyped up on this stuff. The AI stuff is hyped up. It's probably going to do some sort of correction. It's just timeline. Like betting on when it comes back down is hard. But if you rode something up that went exponential like this, probably should get out. Like it's one reason why I've said Nvidia, it's smart to lighten up. I know Jack, you're never going to let it go, but it's um,
I will. I got almost too much. I'll let some go.
it has made the initial move down off of here, and that has me a little bit cautious. Right there. We've done 70 to 80% pullbacks many times in the history of
Mhm.
Nvidia. And a
Yeah, they can be
70%
gut
pullback.
wrenching too.
A 70% pullback right now. Ouch. Let's back down to the 50s. Just be careful. Be careful, everybody. SMCI. I
Yeah,
mean, it hadn't even finished yet. It's probably going to come on down.
$3.
I think we're coming back down to probably single digits before we're done.
Yeah,
So,
that one got added and kicked out of the S&P 500 quicker than any company I've ever seen. After that accounting scandal,
yep.
their own accountants quit on them.
That's brutal, man. But I mean, and you look at this pattern,
Harsh.
it actually has my technical pattern. There's the drop, there's the retrace, and we're getting continuation, and it's probably going to keep going down. And I tried to short this one, and it took way longer than I thought just because it was so hyped up. So I just kind of had to quit it. You can lose more money trying to short something. When they're hyped up, they can stay
Yeah.
irrational way longer than you can stay solvent in a short position. So,
Well, that's a good point about Blurry. The problem he's going to have is he's doing it with put options, which means he's got to be right in his time frame as opposed to a straight up shorting of the stock. You're collecting interest on the cash and you can ride the position out, but you can't do it with options. So I don't know where he is on Palantir and Nvidia and Tesla, but buying puts on this could hurt him.
Yeah, if I covered up the prices over here, what's the difference between NVIDIA's current chart and this chart right here? Not much. We kind of did this same thing here, and then NVIDIA did this. You can say, oh, it's not going to do that again. This is the most recent one. That was 68% downside.
Hmm.
You can say it, not going to do it again, but this is exactly what it just did. What it's just done. Right here. Look at it. See that little thing and that little thing, and this little chop up here. Made another little pop. So just be careful, everybody. Just be
Yeah.
careful. It can do it again. It has
Yes, it
this.
can.
This has done it. This has done 70% pullbacks 8 times in its history.
You can
It,
cash flow it the whole way down, though.
yep. So I'm just throwing it out there. It doesn't have to happen, but more often than not, it's gonna happen. So
Yep.
they've always produced chips for everybody. You can say blah 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 blah, but just be careful.
Just be
That's all I'm
careful.
saying.
So let's see. I got back into WDC. Yesterday, I got called out. I mean, I sold it while we were on the show. The bell went off.
Yeah, this
I
one's getting
got
a
back in.
little.
I got back in this morning, I think 180.29.
That chart's getting a little vertical too, Jack.
That's getting a little vertical. This is going to just be another little trade. I got in the first time, pick up $5 here and there, and I'm out. But that is running a little hot.
I mean, look at the history of this thing, and then yeah, this is what bubbles look like, and this is how they play out over and over and over in the market. Some of them are fast, some of them are slow. Everybody thinks they're going to change the world, but eventually they come back down to a reasonable price.
So I got going to sell this one up here before it gets to 190, and I added a little position. I've been in and out of LRCX.
Yeah, I talk about that one all the time, but I never trade. I never make any trades on it.
I've been in and out of it, but I'm liking this thing. I think it's going to stretch here.
Yeah, it's got 175 written all over it right now.
Mm-hmm.
This is a
I'll take
four,
that. I'll take 10 bones.
about a 4 hour bounce, somewhere between 1 hour and 4 hour. Yeah, it looks pretty good.
J&J rocking higher.
That's one that shouldn't be going
I
crazy,
know.
but
I do not know what is going on. I mean,
look
this
at
thing never goes up $3 a day. I've been in it forever, and I don't ever remember this thing ever trending like this.
we got some resistance coming up. You know what it is? You know what it is? I'll tell you exactly what it is. Why it's going nuts all of a sudden. It has got manufacturing capacity for drugs, essentially drugs in the United States. The ones that have manufacturing capacity. Now, what Trump did back earlier this year, he signed into whatever you call it, an executive order that put 100% tariffs on medical stuff not made in the United States. And when he
Which,
talked
if you
about,
don't know, pills, they're everywhere. Turkey, a lot of them come from Turkey. All these crazy countries.
he talked about gonna reduce the price of medication by 700%, which I have yet to see anything go down more than 100%, unless it went negative. But you know, his math aside, what he did was pass basically or implement tariffs of 100% on anything not made in the United States. And what that did was goose everything, all these companies that have manufacturing capacity in the United States did this. And the companies that were running hot, that don't have capacity to do anything in the United States, did this. This is why all of a sudden, despite all the GLP-1 drug hype, NVO is in the garbage can, while Lilly, who has manufacturing capacity here, just made an all-time high.
Yeah. Interesting.
And that, it took me like 3 months to dig out why this was happening in the healthcare sector.
Yeah, just
But
like Intel, because they could make chips here, the value of the whole company went up when with a stroke of a pen.
yep. So there you go. That's the why. If you
That's
want to
good to
know.
know. I've been in Johnson and Johnson for so long, I can't even begin to tell you. And one interesting fact about Johnson and Johnson, there's two companies that have a better credit rating than the US government. Johnson and Johnson and Microsoft. So, if you're thinking about dividends and retirement, Johnson and Johnson's a good one. Just in my opinion, I'm long the stock, so I'm biased. I'm not objective.
There you go. There you go. And having that manufacturing capacity, it puts them in a catbird seat for mergers and acquisitions and deals and partnerships and all that kind of stuff too. So if NVO was to work a deal with somebody else that had manufacturing capacity like Johnson& Johnson, NVO would probably be a rocket ship. So
Good.
anyway, it takes 8 years on average to build a new FDA approved manufacturing facility. So this would be way beyond Trump's term in office for somebody to get one built and approved if they started today. And that's why it's so crazy. So
Hmm.
anyway, I digress.
No, no dividend on Microsoft worth anything.
And the dividends here low,
Yeah,
0.76.
non-existent.
Um, what else do you think, Jack? Rocket Lab been rocketing higher even in the face of this market chop.
I know.
Look at her go.
Weird.
Today
Just get
it's gonna trigger my technical pattern right here today on this close above this 618. It's gonna set it up for a rally right up here to 79.
off no earnings.
Yeah, off of nothing, off of nothing.
What's going on with Warby Parker? WRBY.
Yeah, nice little straight up right there.
Man, is that how many is that a what time frame you looking at there? Like a 6 month?
Well, this is 2022, 23, 24, 25. Just been kind of chopping, but it's popping here in the last 3 days,
Any
4 days.
news?
See what's cooking.
They must have signed a deal for some AI glasses. That
Two
looks
days ago.
that
Two
looks
days
like
ago, let's see. Jump 5 or 6.5%. Partnership collaborating with Google for
AI
lightweight
glasses.
AI glasses. Yep, there you
That's
go.
it. Boy, that looks kind of shorts. Mama's little baby loves shortening bread. Let me see this one. Wonder if it's hard to borrow.
It's only 28 though. It's not like it's 100,
Yeah.
but made good
Yeah,
money
that's
on that one. Made
yes.
made good money
But
on Rigetti Spaghetti.
that pattern just draws my eye to thinking short, you know. That's just the way I'm programmed anymore.
It's not
I
even hard to borrow, so
News can make it go up, but it can't make it stay up. It probably is hard to borrow.
it doesn't have the flag on here, but doesn't mean anything. Yeah, it doesn't have a flag for me doing 100 shares or even 1,000.
What do the options look like?
Not horrible. Let's see. Open interest. It's pretty thin though. Lots of strikes with no open interest and no volume.
My scanner just kicked out boot just a second ago.
On Boot Barn, I made pretty
Oh,
good money on that a couple years ago. Not many
what's it?
options though.
What's the chart? Oh, forget it. Wonder why the chart picked it up on boot. Hmm.
Golly, man, look at that thing.
Yeah, sucker.
I was trading it back here when we did this initial pattern.
Dang, 207.
Yeah,
Whoa.
look at that.
So
Well,
the coming up on my scanner here, this is the income elite scanner. It's programmed. It says it's going higher.
yeah, I mean,
JNJ came up today.
so this was a this is probably going on up here. Now, time
Dang.
frame, it could be out here late next year before we get there if you look at the climb speed.
I just
So,
cannot get into clothing retailers.
yeah, I mean,
They fascinate me though. You've done it with Gap
I
and
love Gap, man.
yeah.
And I've got 29 sold, and I might get called out at 29. This thing's being strong.
If it's not a tech stock, it's kind of got to be a dividend stock for me. I just don't I can't get into it. I'm not excited about Boot Barn retailing shoes and clothes, Gap retailing jeans or Abercrombie and Fitch, but people do it.
You
It
know what
just
gets me excited is making money.
yeah, you're very good at that. But I got to get a little tech. I got to get a little growth, or I got to get paid for lackluster stock performance. But it's one or the other.
Yeah, this one let me down a little bit, coming back right back down here.
Man, that dog food is a tough racket.
I was hoping for the breakout right there. We rejected hard on that downtrend of highs.
Did you find this one off one of your patterns?
Yeah, I quite honestly thought that was the bottom right there. We had run up, come into this earnings right here. We were up here. I was like, that's my 618 line right there. I'm like, this is gonna go. Nope. Then we bounced and we went lower. And I'm sitting here. My cost basis is 38 right there.
Not the end of
And
the world.
we're only at 34.50. This is, I mean, it's not that much upside down. I keep being able to sell premium up here. It's not a problem. Just not going as up like I thought it would. But as soon as it gets done with this, it's probably going to go up again. So
There goes Bitcoin below 90,000. What's happening to itty bitty?
we're just doing a correction. I
Itty
mean,
bitty I bit.
probably got the same pattern right there. That was a failed breakout yesterday. A double confirmed failed breakout right
Yeah.
there.
Let's see IBIT. It's itty bitty little.
Yeah, that chart looks a little nastier, but
So I sold the 5350s. I probably am not going to get it called out tomorrow, which means I'll just keep the stock. And
so we talked about I sold 58s coming into this week. I bought those back this morning for a penny, 1 penny, 1 cent. And I sold 52s for this Friday and got 28 more cents, I think it was, for one day. And it's still above my cost basis. So not only did I collect 20 bucks up here, I'm going to get almost 30 bucks more down here. And it hadn't done anything, as we keep talking about.
yeah, one failed lift after another. This still looks like it's got another leg down to me, but I'm just in it. The cash flow is good. The bait is good.
Look at her go.
Yeah, man. Another retail stock I just can't get into, but people loving them.
I've been talking about this. I had 100 strike puts back here on this earnings,
Yeah,
kept rolling them forward. Actually, I was getting like $1 a week. So my cost basis is down around 95 when I finally
nice.
got put right there. And it has been nothing but straight up since I got put. I have 125 calls sold for next Friday. And I'm not sad because that's $30 of upside right there on 200 shares. That's going to be a $6,000 payday, pretty close
Mm-hmm.
right there on something that you wouldn't even expect that you could play like this.
Yep, we got a
Beautiful.
request for AVGO. I'm still long it. Uh, Playing around with it a little more this morning, below 400. And
You did like the 355 if I
I
remember
sold the
right.
355 put and bought the 352.50. And look
Yeah,
at
that
this
was,
thing down this much, and I'm just, that's all going to go away tomorrow.
yeah, you're down here. And look
Yeah.
at that. It's still holding on to 17 cents.
I got 23. I know it's still holding. See, if you look at that 355 put, that's way too much money. These are way too high. Even the 360, that you could sell that for, you know, you could sell any of these naked calls and
Naked puts.
clean up right now. Yeah.
Naked
For
puts, yeah.
tomorrow. That's for tomorrow, right?
Yeah, that's
I think
that
I'm going to
one day
do it.
left.
I think I'm going to do it.
I may roll in there and get a few. Like I may
This
have to
looks
do it.
like the red-headed trade of the day.
Let's see. I may like you got me convinced. Like I'm thinking I'm gonna have to do some of this.
They stay so high. Even tomorrow, like going into the close, I couldn't believe how high the bid was on one of these. It went from $1.25 to 20 cents, like in seconds. Yeah, earnings are today after the close, so be careful. This thing could be 350 after the close. You never know. And the main thing is to watch out for the guidance will be the thing, not so much the report, but the guidance.
Yeah,
Going to be big.
before I click the button, I'm gonna pull up the PXO software real quick. Log in this baby. Maybe.
You see, it's gaining a little strength here. It dipped below 400 today, and the dogs were biting hard, and it
There we
popped
go.
back up. So even it's down 10, probably going to be a little stronger. This is a beast, man. And I think these options are priced way wrong, way too high. These out of the money puts, calls too.
Let's see what we're expecting. Got 375 is the expected.
To 429.
And you can play down to 355 with 45%. Right there, which is right where you are.
It's right where
355.
I am. I might double down on this dog.
Yeah.
I just can't believe how high both sides of this option chain the pricing is. Uh, way too high. What was that 365 call was going for $1 something?
Yeah. I mean,
I
let's
think you're on
see.
the put side.
Yeah, I've been on the put side here. Yeah, I was looking at puts because I was going to do this put spread like you were doing. I might go a little lower than you. I mean,
You can now, right?
14 looks pretty
Yeah, I'm
good.
gonna do I'm gonna do more of this.
See if I can pick one up here. It's
It doesn't
238,
matter to
14
me.
bucks in a day with 238 risk. Filled instantly. Probably could have gotten 15 cents. There we
I
go.
let it cook.
I
I
got it. I
usually give it
mean,
a few minutes.
that filled. I mean, it filled at 14. Like, so somebody should go after 15 if you're going to get it.
For tomorrow's expiration. You
Yeah, that's
see,
the 1 day expiration.
these are
This is,
way too high, man. These options should be much lower. Uh, I mean, have you ever sold naked
uh,
calls?
no, I have not. I don't have permission to do that. My broker will not allow me to do it, no matter, I'm not of a size that they
Ah,
allow
man,
that.
I tell you, that's oh yeah, you
Never
got to
been in
be
that.
careful with that,
Never
man.
had an account that big to let me do that. But
Oh, it's yeah, you can get away with murder doing that. They don't hold up.
14,
Like if tomorrow you just watch these things practically dry up and disappear.
14 with a 238 risk. That's 5.8% right there. We got times 100. It's 5.88% times 365 days. That's 2,100% return annualized. 2,150 right there. That's why I did that just now. Even at 14, that's still a smoking hot trade right there.
That's why I do these credit spreads, man. The yield, I do them just for the yield, right? So yeah, that's
I
fat.
I just that's a 3250 350 right there. I mean 30, excuse me, 352.50. 352.50 is the short. 350 is the long. Just below where Jack is. Paying
So you're
14.
we're doing a credit spread here, folks. And you're always going to get more for the put you sell than you spend on the put you buy, and the difference is your net credit. So you're
Now,
selling one closer to the at the money, that one's going to pay you more than the one that's a little further away from the money, further out of the money.
had I done this at Robinhood, I wouldn't have the commission, but the commission did cost me $2. So actually the return did suffer here. If we use the real numbers, that's 1178 divided by 238.22. That's actually a 4.9% return times 365 annualized is 1800%. 1800% return. That's why I did it.
You know, I had a guy one time just coming apart over a 14-cent net credit. That's nothing, blah, blah, blah. You know, how can you make any money? You know, if you just do it like you just did it, that shows you it's not just 14 cents, but on a percentage basis of what you're putting up, it's super high.
It's right there on the screen for anybody that's having a problem. It's right there. That's sell to open, buy to open. Sell to open the higher price or higher striked put, buy to open the lower striked put. Get a net credit 14. Your buying power, your risk. How much can I lose? I can lose 238 bucks. If I'm wrong, if this drops down, if it's below 350 tomorrow morning on earnings, there you go. But the expected move is 275. So
I like it.
what's your credit? It's right there, 14 credit right there. What's the?
Yep,
I don't know
14
why everybody's having
cents.
trouble seeing the like all the numbers are right here on the screen, right there. Net credit.
They just don't know what they're looking at. We got to walk them through it.
I
It's
just put
okay.
it in the chat too.
It's okay.
So
It's confusing. Yeah. So I sold the 355 put and I
Jack,
bought the 350 250, and he sold the 350 250 and bought the 350. So
I
he's
want to
down.
stop here. If this is confusing, if looking at this is confusing, please don't trade with real money. Paper trade, paper trade, paper trade, paper trade, paper trade until this stuff makes sense to you. If it's not making sense, if it's all Greek, if it's all, hieroglyphics, you don't understand what these all mean, don't put real money at risk. This is not a game where you want to spend your hard-earned money paying for your education by losing it because you didn't understand what these numbers mean. I'm very serious. Very serious. You can go open a free Thinkorswim account, paper trade. You can go open a free E-Trade account and paper trade. There's a dozen other places that'll let you paper trade. I think even TradingView has a paper trade plugin now that you can actually trade on paper trade at TradingView. Please paper trade. Get to know what these numbers are. Get to understand what happens with these positions before you put your real hard-earned dollars at risk. All right.
Good point.
very
just
good point.
just with so many questions, I was just like, these are very basic questions, and you should be able to see exactly what the trade is on the screen. And if you don't understand the trade, you should not be in that trade. Period. In the story. I do 30 trades of a new type before I ever put my real money at risk, and that's 30 successful trades. So if it loses a few times, I have to do more. So I usually do 30 successful trades at something new before I actually start putting money at it.
Wow. I go with money right off the get go.
Well, I mean, but you have how many years of experience?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I have almost 40 years of experience trading, but I still sit here and I'm like, well, I'm going to try something new. I want to fully understand it before I actually go at it.
That's
So
smart. That's very smart. And 30 paper trades before you go live. That's impressive.
it takes patience, it takes discipline, it takes personal accountability right there. So, and
Jack has dinosaur ears. I tell you
poking
how,
fun at
how
you, bro.
much I'll tell you how much experience I got. If I could imitate Uncle Jesse, I'll tell you. So when somebody says, "How long has Jack been trading stocks?" Uncle Jesse will say, "Jack's been trading stocks since Moby Dick were a sardine." Were a sardine, not was a sardine.
We're a sardine.
This is Moby Dick were a sardine.
There we go. So I'm putting an alert at 360.
Ooh, gaining a little ground. Okay.
This
I'm
thing
going to do
plummets
another
up.
one here when we're done.
Yeah, this could get us in trouble, but I guess we'll talk about it
I'm due
tomorrow.
for a little trouble, man. It's been so good. I'm knock on wood. I'm due for a little problem in the market.
We'll talk about it tomorrow and see where we're at.
Yeah.
All right.
Just, just to
Adios.
just to reiterate what Jeffrey said, I did put a link in the chat. We have a paper trading guide that you can follow on your own, so you can practice paper trading because it is very important to paper trade.
Critical. And if you could drop the link one more time for the Sunday main
Yeah,
event, Sunday,
Jack's
Oh
7
yeah,
p.m.
Sunday,
yes,
Sunday, Sunday.
that's
Yeah.
right. Prime
New
time.
Prime time. Jack's going prime time.
That's
world
right.
premiere madness.
World premiere madness.
There it is, guys. Save
Believe
your
this,
seat.
the story behind this system is interesting. That's enough reason to show up. Yeah, how do you do it? How do you find perseverance? We'll tell you. So
That's
I'll see
right.
you guys tomorrow, and we'll update you then.
Yeah, we'll see where this goes. I
All right.
got my
Adios,
trade
amigos.
on. I only did it size 1 because it's
Yeah.
such extreme return on risk.
Yeah. Well, I'm
So
glad you're doing the same trades I'm doing.
yeah, hey, you do it for me all the time. So I
Yeah.
figure
Yeah.
I'd jump on one of yours. I've jumped on
All
the
right.
Tesla one a few times. That was
Cool.
a good one too. So
Yeah.
let's go. Let's
All right.
go. All
Let's do it.
right, next up we got replay.
That's right. We got an instant replay coming up. This is like the NFL now, so here's a instant replay of what Jeffrey put on not yesterday, but it was a couple days ago. But it's still